It's been years.
Years at least, for sure. I'm excited. Of course, on one side we have Kiss My In-Laws, the undefeated, expected front runner in the division. Iggy Magnets made an absolute ridiculous team to compete in this division. On the other end, we have Diamond Bougie, an upstart team that just started in FPF a couple of seasons ago. GM, you know the script. You know the kind of teams we're going to see today. What does that conjure for you heading into this game?
Look, this is a matchup of two teams with very, very distributed offenses. Iggy spreads the ball very well. You had 5 receivers who each had averaging 4 targets every game throughout these playoffs. Diamond Bougie as well are a team that have leaned on different players throughout the games in the matchups. The 24-21 matchup against Mofos, beating Blue Dreamers and Martin et Le Flag.
All of which excellent teams on their way to the finals.
Yeah, very much so. Diamond Bougie are equally on as much of a winning streak as Kiss My In-Laws. They're not 10-0, but they've been winning since February.
Yeah, February 6th, I believe, was their last loss. We have here, of course, we talk about different kinds of offenses. You've heard of the West Coast offense. Now, of course, according to GM, the spread Iggy offense.
The spread Iggy.
The spread Iggy offense. But they will start on defense. Instead, Diamond Bougie take the field on offense to start the game. It is 1st and 10. Jules Regenbald gets his offense ready to start the game. And we are ready to start here. We turn our attention to the field. Diamond Bougie, like we talked about, they are new. They're upstart. Jules Regenbald, one of the most exciting young quarterbacks in the league. He gets a snap to start the game. He looks to his left, back over the middle, throws a beautiful deep ball. It's caught. It's a touchdown. It is 6-0. Dime and Bougie.
Yeah, that's Felix Boutet on a beautiful, beautiful post that was just led all the way. He had inside shoulder on Jerome Hovington, who doesn't normally give up a deep play like that very often.
I think he was surprised by the speed.
Yeah, without a doubt. If you were to put money on the first person to be targeted on the Kiss My In-Laws defense, it would not have been Jerome Hovington.
For sure. I've gotten in trouble today for already joking about gambling on FPF, so I will refrain. But my money was not on that at all. So, the hell with that prop.
Looks like they're going for 1 here.
Jules Regenbald gets a snap, delivers the ball to the back of the end zone. It's knocked away. Regenbald, his ability to shift his weight and throw the ball off platform is something to behold because he has such a strong arm, and he does it from a variety of different throwing platforms.
Very, very frustrating for a rusher to be coming in.
It's
you think
insane.
you're closing the gap, and then all of a sudden, off-balance throws, that sidearm, the no-look. It's frustrating. It's what everyone wants to replicate, that Patrick Mahomes. It's just fun slinging the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. And Iggy Magnets taking the field. He threw 55 touchdowns, 3 interceptions on the season. Completed 77.7% of his passes. GM, that's nonsense.
Yeah,
absolute nonsense.
Even in the playoffs, 17 touchdowns, 1 INT, 1 sack for 600 yards is absurd.
Iggy takes
Look
the
at
ball.
This wheel.
Yeah. Wide open is Mike Persin. Mike Persin avoiding tackles as he often does. 2 plays, 2 touchdowns, 6-6 tie game between Kiss My In-Laws and Dime and Bougie.
Well, it's going to be that kind of game.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the booth, it was really easy to see that out and up from 31 not communicated on the left side of the defense. So you've got, going back to the huddle there, Fitzgerald just hands on hips right now. You see the body language of Diamond Bougie a little bit shaken after just having their hopes lifted.
Honestly, it's the kind of game. Listen to me. Facebook Live. I care about you. Put your kids to bed. Put your kids to bed. They don't need to see this. There's going to be too much action, too much violence in this game. Already throwing punches, 6-6. And Iggy Magnets elects to go for 1 on his first convert of the game.
It's going to be dirty.
Absolutely. A ball snap to Magnets. He looks, he scans, delivers the ball. Oh my God. A rare drop by Vincent Benjamin.
Yeah. I don't think he was expecting it to be that high with that much heat. Iggy already walking back to the sideline saying, my bad right there. But honestly, that was a very catchable ball. It just came in hotter than expected.
Vincent Benjamin has been the number 5 receiver or number 4 receiver a lot of the season, but in the playoffs has really stepped up. He has 16 catches on 17 attempts, 148 yards, and 6 touchdowns since the playoffs began. But now Diamond Bougie take the field in a tie game. Ball snap to Jules Regenbald. Quick snap. And GM. A ball caught, and it's not a touchdown.
Wow. Yeah, Noah Davies there on a quick slant from the center position. That's just what you want to do here, especially when they're going to start expecting more and more deep bombs. Just take what the defense is giving you here.
Yeah, Noah Davies, not one of the top receivers for this team in the season. The team really, it's been Boutet and Sentaeus throughout the season, throughout the playoffs, but a great catch here. Ball thrown quickly on second down to the outside, and a quick deflect by Mec Persin. But in the meantime, a great catch by Jasper Seranek, who's been the third musketeer of this offense.
Yeah, had 5 targets in only 1 playoff game so far against Mofos. Huge touchdown in that game as well. This defense is going to have to pick their poison against these receivers.
Mitchell Ball on first down, gets a snap, looks immediately to his left, delivers a great strike to the sideline, and it's dropped by his outside receiver. You see there, GM, breaking open for a moment, Nathan Desjardins, just unable to haul it in. It looked as if he was trying to position himself to turn upfield, but he's got to haul that ball in.
Yeah, he's had 2 touchdowns so far in this playoffs. He's been a focal point on that outside, but this is a game that, just like in the semis, they don't want to go down and have to play from behind again like they did in the semifinals.
Ball caught. Oh, and a rare missed the flag by Mike Persin. Felix Boutet shifting his hips, shifting his weight, and making his way upfield. Jam, you talked about that. They started that game, Diamond Bougie did, down 12-0. Unlike their style of play, they're usually a high-scoring offense. It put them in a tough spot against Martin Laflague, but they came ahead with the victory and shut down their opponents in the second half.
Yeah, Boutet here with the hero on the first drive, turning around again, back-to-back passes, great catches, just moving the chains for his team.
You know, we saw Boutet play in the finals in the spring, I believe. Just really good with the ball in his hands. Not a bad idea, just hitting it that quick out. The joke, when I spoke to Iggy before the game, he said he's been playing with Felix Boutet, and now Diamond Bougie no triple slants because of it, and he was a bit annoyed that he shared that knowledge.
He's a bit annoyed that he shared the knowledge of the most common
play in
offensive play in
FPF.
FPF. Here's that drag underneath Boutet. Oh!
Almost picked off.
Yeah, that was a lot of traffic there between Benjamin, Jerome Hovington, and Boutet as well, who was on his 3rd consecutive target.
Yeah. In the words of Flight of the Conchords, too many D's on the dance floor.
Not enough chicks.
Indeed. And now Diamond Bougie, they huddle. A couple of miscues early to start the game, despite the fact that they've looked really good otherwise.
Yeah, and this is not a team that you want to expose your mistakes to early on. Kiss My In-Laws are just going to capitalize if they can get a turnover here.
Great move by Rochenbald. And he gets deflagged by Vincent Benjamin.
Yeah. It looks like there's a flag on the play. I don't know if it's
might be a flag guard. Yeah.
Obstruction on the rusher.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So you talked about that shiftiness that Benjamin has, able to extend plays.
By Rochenbald, you mean?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. They're both shifty, so I can see how you got there.
Just being able to extend the play there, the rusher is closing the gap, and all of a sudden he's able to take off and just gain yardage and turn something into nothing.
Yeah, absolutely, and it should be illegal to have his arm and his ability to buy time. But here we go again. Reginbald waiting the snap after the penalty. Mike Persin crashing in to his right side. A man look, but then they stay in man. The ball underthrown into double coverage towards Vincent Benjamin. That's a terrible mistake. Don't make that mistake over and over again. That's not a guy you want to be messing with.
I mean, I was shaking my head at just like another pass that wasn't intercepted, not even realizing at the time. It's 4th down, right? Like, nice little turnover there. Here we go. Yeah,
when I see a dude test Vincent Benjamin, it reminds me of the famous words, of course, of the philosopher Ludacris, "Get back, you don't know me like that."
Yeah, this is a name that more and more we're going to start hearing as
Ludacris?
Yes.
Yeah.
As
Iggy Magnets on his 2nd play of the game. He throws behind his receiver. Terrible mistake. Iggy Magnets, our colleague in FPF, one of the quickest improving quarterbacks in FPF history, has struggled in the playoffs, and we see maybe some tension early on to start the game.
Yeah, Arthur Doyon was about to make him pay right there. That was the triple slants that we were just talking about as well. Just an underthrown pass to the snapper, and he was closing fast. And
I felt like he could have held on to it for a second to really let the read open up for him and kind of rushed it a little bit. And 2nd down and 10. Valdez Manzaneto, Iggy Magnus, as we call him, receives a snap. Boutet rushing, thrown to the corner, and a quick close out there, but unable to get there was the defender, and a great catch on the outside.
Wow, here, take a look on the replay right there. Mike Persin in the inside shoulder.
Yeah, you saw it too.
Wow.
Mike Persin You see it as his body language that he knew he was open for a touchdown. But a great catch nonetheless by Lucas Canville in tight coverage.
Yeah, no, that was a drop.
Oh, it was a drop? Oh, I thought he brought it in. Jeremy Augustin closing in hard, however, bringing the pressure. 3rd and 10 now for Iggy Magnus. He receives a high snap, brings it in, delivers the ball to the outside, thrown inside. It is caught.
That's Gabriel Boucher there. Missed a lot of the playoffs, though, in the regular season. 3 interceptions, 11 touchdowns, like a huge focal point throughout the regular season.
Absolutely, and caught 24 of his 27 targets, GM. He caught 11 touchdowns.
What else did he catch?
3 interceptions, like you said. And whatever kept him out of the playoffs. So hopefully nothing that'll do any damage long term. Now on first down, ball snap to Iggy Magnus. Scanning the field,
there.
Wide open is Lucas Canville. And Canville still with his flag on. No, it's deflagged in the flat. We talked before about Jeremy Augustin closing the gap, this time making a clutch tackle.
Yeah, just seeing that along the sidelines there, huge pickup. Iggy saw it early and just looped it in.
But that the experience of Iggy on that play, looking away and then going back to it. He knew, if you look at how his feet were set, he was thrown to the sideline the entire time, but he looked off and went back to it to make sure he could open up his receiver as much as possible. Great read, great use of his eyes, and great throw. It looks like they are inside the red zone. Manzanetto receives a snap.
Slants.
Throws over the top.
Out.
Yeah, that's incomplete. Well seen by referee Jason Leclerc. I do like the sell job, though. Boucher hopping in, and unfortunately for all the hopscotch, it's still illegal touching.
I mean, he's got to know better than that. I think your field awareness, especially in an important game like this, is paramount. You need to know where that back line is, and you need to stay in bounds. Yeah,
along with many other cases of illegal touching, you always figure that they know better.
You should.
You should.
Right?
You got to know by now.
It's that forbidden fruit.
Heading to the line is Manuel Roy. Iggy Magnus scanning the field, looking for some tells in the Diamond Bougie defense. He gets his second down snap. He has a drag coming across the field. He throws to the back of the end zone. And incomplete on a pass attempted to Jerome Hovington. Iggy Magnus running breakbacks early in this game in the red zone.
Yeah, 4th down here now. You mentioned Manu Alardois, who was the focal point of that 4th and long game in the semifinals. Between he and Mike Pierre-Saint, who stepped up big when Jerome Hovington was covered and was the focal point of the defense there, of trying to contain against Kiss My In-Laws.
Sounds like a lot of triple slants.
Yeah,
based on that stat line for sure. And now 3rd and goal. Valles Manzanetto receiving the snap. He gets it. He runs the triple slants again, but it's like a slanting up this time, but unable to come up with it was Hovington. 4th down. This is huge. This is a chance where Kiss My In-Laws have to prove that they are in fact the front runner. They are the favorite. They got to punch it in.
Yeah. Here, I like Iggy going to his right, our left. I can think of Pierre Saint either on like a smash out in the back of the end zone or a corner, and just choosing between that front cone and that back cone. Yeah,
or you run trips, so you take away that middle defender if they go with a safety in the middle. Otherwise, if it's lanes, you have 2 people in the back of the end zone, and then someone like Pierre Saint running that smash out in the front for sure.
Well, balanced offense.
Balanced offense, however, because Iggy only runs balanced offense. Ball snap to.
There's that back in the back.
He drops the ball. Iggy's asking, hey, they can't swat the ball out of my hands. He's right. I don't know if that's quite what happened, though. It did look like he was losing control.
Yeah, here, let's take a look in the replay.
Oh, yeah. He had Mike Pierre-Saint, like you said, back of the end zone. All the defenders in Diamond Bougie just staring at Iggy Magnus. If he can just get a second, he'll have his pick of the litter.
So back-to-back red zone turnovers there for each team.
Triple slants by Georges Rigenbold to start. And it is now a 2nd and short. Let's make it a 2nd and 2.
Great tackle there by Emmanuel Ardrois. Just making sure that there's no more yards after completion there. Although it does look like they're close to a first down. It looks like it's going to be 2nd and 2 or 3
Bro,
yards.
I just said 2nd and 2. Even if I'm wrong, just say it. Just believe in me, man. You just got to believe in me. That's all.
I played with you.
2nd and short to Georges Rigenbold. He looks to his left, delivers a short hook to the outside, and it doesn't matter what the yardage was because it is a first down.
Great catch by Desjardins right there.
Absolutely, and making up for that drop.
So first down here, tackle by Benjamin. Pease, what do you think here of just a corner to the far side of the field?
Well, that's the thing. Like, we saw Reginald uncork his big arm early in the game. Now, Kismailaw's defense seems to be stepping up as Reginald's been checking it down. Not a bad time to take a chance. Ball snapped. Reginald buying time because does that thing. He moves those hips so well, but a great deflag in the middle of the field by Manuel Roy.
Great defense there by Kiss My In-Laws, making him go through his progressions.
Mm-hmm.
He had Boutet on a hook that he kind of wasn't sure about. He looked to the middle of the field and decided that there was no one open and just took off with his feet.
Yeah, I think rather than a corner GM, maybe finding something to occupy Mike Piercin and then sending a deep crosser over the top of him, because it does look like Mike Piercin's been peaking a little bit. He's known for trying to bait quarterbacks, but that's something that Jules Reginald can take advantage of with his arm strength, of course. Triple slants to his right side. Boutet in the open field, as dangerous as it gets, and he's deflagged to make it a 3rd and short. This is something Jules Reginald has really done to improve his game. On first down, no matter what happens, second down, he's always looking to either get the big play or maybe make it a makeable 3rd and 4th down. Get yourself 2 chances to get the first,
I think it's also just going back to what seems to be working. He's had Boutet as just like a source of confidence early on in this game, and just to keep going to that, to move the chains right now is paramount.
Ball snapped. Ball looking to his left, delivering over the middle, off schedule again, but it's a catch.
Yeah, that's the Noah Davies in the middle of the field at that snap position. That body line, that cross body, I don't like it.
But that's the thing that Jules Reginald does. Like, he has such a strong arm that it's such a dangerous throw for so many people, and maybe he will pay for it before games end. But in the meantime, he's making it work. I also noticed early on that play, he had Felix Boutet matched up against Alexis Dubois. Kiss My In-Laws, making the adjustment to move him to the outside on Desjardins here. Now, ball snap to Reginald, triple slants to his left. He rolls right. He's going to buy time. He's going to move his hips. He still has his flags on, and a flag is thrown.
Yeah, it looks like he left his feet there on the run. He had a wheel on the left side that just kind of cleared out space, the defenders, and he just took off right there, leaving his feet just before the end zone. Seems to be killing him here, and he's going to lose a big chunk of yardage because of that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Still, though, heck of a play. And you know what? It's one of those plays where it's hard to keep your feet on the ground because you're just trying to make a play. Like, I don't think he's doing anything to really gain an unfair advantage. He's not putting anyone in danger, but that's the rule, and he's just trying to make a play as a great athlete as he is.
That's also the defense converging, right, and giving him nowhere else to go but to have to leave his feet.
Yeah, the Jean-Eudes grad was really great this season as well. We talked about Iggy's performance, but he his first season in Division 4, 46 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, a 102.4 QBR in the regular season. It was absolutely great, and he receives the snap, looking to his right, buying time again. Canville's really getting there, and the ball.
Wow.
I don't know how the ball got there. I don't know how the ball got to Nathan Desjardins, and it's a touchdown. I don't even understand. I'm sorry for my lack of enthusiasm on touchdown. I didn't even know Desjardins had the ball in his hands.
Yeah, that ball did not look like it left cleanly or straight, and it just left Reginald's hands, and it was caught for a touchdown, and it just seemed to magically appear.
Why is it that when some quarterbacks throw that ball, it's a pick six, and then with others, it's a touchdown? Asking for a friend, of course.
Asking for a friend, yeah. I guess some quarterbacks put a little bit more power.
That's probably
it.
the one, yeah. Other quarterbacks just throw really catchable balls, I imagine.
I guess.
There we go.
This is going to be a very paramount instrumental extra point here. It looks like they're going for one.
For sure, it's 12-6 going for one. 6.5 minutes left on the clock, but that's unofficial, of course. Reginald receives the ball, throws it on a slant on the in, but he's deflagged and short.
Yeah.
Great play by Mike Piercin.
So it's going to be that kind of game here. Those slants, just making sure that you get in front of them, minimize the yardage gain.
Mike Piercin going for his second of 4 possible championships on this weekend. He just won as a member of Northern Braves in Co-Ed 1. Now taking the field, of course, with Kiss My In-Laws, down 12-6 early in this game.
Looks like he's on the sidelines right now, so there's a bit of a switch up on the Kiss My In-Laws offense. You've got Benjamin in the slot now.
Ball snap to Iggy Magnets. Looking out to Manuel Roy. It was open the entire time, thrown a bit late, but it doesn't matter as it's caught, and a flag on the field once again.
It looked like a little bit of a double catch there, but he managed to hold on and corral the ball in before going to the ground. Trying to see here what the flag is.
We talked about how great Iggy Magnus has been all season long. He played his first full season for the quarterback of Average Joe's. He completed 30 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. He almost gave up the position. We talked a lot about the position in that time. We talked a lot about managing the game and understanding how to use the field vertically, horizontally. And his ability to take all of that information, synthesize it, and turn to results has been incredible.
This is someone who
Absolutely
watches
incredible.
a lot of games, like gets a lot of that insight, and is now translating it into his own success. Oh, just behind Jerome Hovington.
He hasn't been great in the finals. He's won championships. Every time he's been kind of carried by his defense. And so far, a lot of these throws not on target for a guy who's completed almost 80% of his passes. One of the most accurate seasons we've ever seen in FPF, and he's having trouble locating his balls tonight.
You have to not let the the gravity of the game catch up to you. Oh, it looks like we have our first trips play here from Iggy, who doesn't normally line up in a trips formation for his offense.
It's about time. Vincent Benjamin in the inside position. Ball snap. It goes to Benjamin. Again behind him, but he makes a great catch. And of course, because if you have mutants on your team, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, a cross there between Boucher and Benjamin, trying to make the defender choose between the two.
Yeah, Kiss My In-Laws, of course, we talked about how they were undefeated, but they were also plus 200 in their plus minus. So incredible to see them even tested early in this game.
Yeah, it's nice to see a team that's kind of coasted a little bit, finally see some actual adversity.
Well, how will they? I was going to ask you that. How do you think they'll adjust, given that they're facing adversity really for the first time?
I think it's going to have to come down to, first of all, closing that gap and either tying the game or taking the lead, and then slowing the pace of the game down.
Oh, false start on Vincent Benjamin. Iggy called for a double hut. They got the false start there. Listen, when you say go on two, receivers just got to look at the ball.
Is this fourth and like 18?
It looks like it.
Oy.
It looks like it.
Yeah, that's one of those plays that either you have to have run a lot during the regular season. Like, this cannot be the first time they should have been going on two.
I don't imagine it was. Unless, of course, maybe because they haven't faced adversity, they haven't had to. I think it was third down. That makes more sense. Yeah, because they wouldn't have gone triple slants on 4th and 18. Is that second down? I don't understand.
I guess
I'm
they
very
converted.
confused.
Okay, that's
They did convert. There we go. That's what happened. Second down and 7-ish. After that moderate size gain. Quickly out of the huddle.
Diamond Bougie look a little bit frazzled here coming out of their own defensive huddle.
Yeah, that's something that Iggy's going to want to watch. Ball snap. Ball to Hovington, and he's deflagged just outside the end zone.
Smart field awareness. Hovington was running out of field there with the sidelines. He made sure to plant his feet, look at the ball, catch it before picking it up.
Iggy and I have talked a lot about running no huddle and sugar huddles. I'm curious to see if he can catch Diamond Bougie off balance like he did there, if he's going to continue to do that.
Yeah, just have a few key either words or plays that you're able to run and just on the line, like call 2 consecutive plays in the huddle, do things to try and catch them off guard.
And now they take the field once again. 1st and goal from let's call it the 1.5 yard line. Iggy Magnus receives the snap and throws the ball into the ground. It looks like he's just killing plays here.
Yeah, wow, man, this first half flew by.
Yeah. Well, again, given that the first 2 passes were 40-yard touchdowns, and we've only had 3 scores the entire time, is wild. It's wild. It hasn't been slow at all. Diamond Bougie decided to take the air of the ball a little bit on their second and third drives. And we see here now Iggy seeming to settle into his offense. Unless something's completely open here, I expect him to waste another play.
Mm-hmm. So Diamond Bougie need to prevent Kiss My In-Laws from scoring here, as they will take the ball in the second half.
Looks like potential man defense by Diamond Bougie. Ball snap. It is man defense again. Oh.
Wow, Doyon getting a hand on that slant, making sure that last week's hero, Manuel Ortois, did not get that touchdown there in the red zone.
I believe there's 3 plays remaining. Given that the man defense was so obvious, I expect to see break X here. Iggy will have an in-breaking route in the front of the end zone and an opposite in-breaking route from the back of the end zone. Let's see what he does. It would be shocking to me if he doesn't run that.
Yeah, Gabriel Boucher on Iggy's left, our right now is a likely candidate for that.
Yeah, that's the one. Nope, it won't be that. It'll be smash out instead, and a great catch by Jerome Hovington. It's a touchdown, and it is 12-12. Kiss My In-Laws, much like a kissing cousin, has tied the game.
Yeah, perfectly placed ball, like outside shoulder. Jerome Hovington had to stretch out for it, but it wasn't any sort of difficulty for him. Looks like on the convert here, the offense is being shaken up a little bit. You've got Benjamin and Hovington on the same side now, and Boucher on the right.
Yeah, and like for a lot of offenses, that's your number 1 and 2 guys, but not on this ridiculously stacked offense. Because they don't have 1 and 2 guys. They literally can go to anybody at any time.
Yeah, that's it, right? Like 5 players each average 4 catches a game.
Ball snap to Iggy Magnets. Hovington in the back of the end zone, and it is a 13-12 lead for Kiss My In-Laws with a couple plays remaining in the half. And important to remember, Kiss My In-Laws start with the ball to start the half.
Yeah, so I mentioned that Team Ethnic and Fourth and Schlong both had game plans to kind of minimize Hovington a little bit and make Iggy go to those other players.
Not the case.
Doesn't seem like that's happening here.
Yeah, because even when they haven't connected, Iggy has been looking to Hovington.
Yeah, so that's going to be a name we're going to hear often tonight.
Ball snapped to Russian Ball. Buying time, throws that deep ball over the top of Benjamin. It's a great ball. It's a touchdown. It's a touchdown to Desjardins. He's made up for that drop early in the game. He's been great.
That was very, very patient, looking to that left sideline to Fitzgerald Centers, just waiting for that to develop and airing it out along that sideline. Great patience, great ball, and huge catch. You can't drop that.
No, that's and again, given that he had that drop early, kudos to Russian Ball going to his dude, putting the game in his hands, putting faith in his hands. Can you put faith in one's hands? I'm asking you because your name is George Michael.
Yeah, you can absolutely put faith in one's hands.
Well, you gotta have a little faith, Jim. Boutte, sorry, not Boutte. Russian Ball getting ready to call his convert play. He pumps, he buys time. Kenville gets there, it's a sack. So 18-13. Does Kiss My In-Laws run a play here? I think they have 2. No, it's the last play of the half.
Yeah, here, let's see what the decision is. If they're going to have a halfback drop to just kind of help air it out. But yeah, Lucas Canville there, finally making his presence known as a rusher, being a disruptive force, making sure that extra point doesn't go on the board. It's
just so hard because, again, the way Jules Bell throws from different platforms makes it such a difficult task to rush him. Because it always feels like you have him. You're right there.
And you don't.
Yeah, you don't.
What do you like here?
Double crossers
and
pick
we've
one.
Got Hovington on the sideline right now. Here's a wheel.
Got the ball to Kenville in space. Was that the last play of the half, or did we miscount? We miscounted. Is this the last play of the half? It looks like it. Referee Brent Young is holding up one finger, so either he's telling me to F myself or it is the last play of the half.
We need some audio up here.
Some audio?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean from the refs? Yeah, yes. Yeah, that's the hardest part of this, is we don't have the communication from field level. That would be nice.
Okay,
18-13, last play of the half. Kiss My In-Laws at half field. This is where you want to be if you're going to take a shot.
Hovington back on the field as well, currently at that right wideout position. We haven't seen him play yet.
Well, is this him maybe dropping back to be that second quarterback? No, it's going to be Mike Pielsen. And he moves up to the line instead. Ball snap to Magnets. He's got Benjamin back. Instead, he'll air it up. It's caught. No! It's shot by Hovington. He had in his hands after the ball was deflected. We saw Iggy Magnets in his co-ed playoff game being saved on a similar play by Will Power, but no power there for Hovington.
No power at all. It looked like Gabriel Boucher was the initial target there for that jump ball, and there was a lot of traffic there. Opportunity to catch that ball, but.
So the only other time Kiss My In-Laws has seen any adversity this season is the game against the Bruins, where the Bruins took a 7-point lead late in the game. Rather than burning time on their convert, they go for an onside kick. Iggy gets the ball, punches it in right away. They go for the onside kick. They get it. They score. They beat the Bruins. They maintain their perfect record. But now, 18-13, if I'm not mistaken, it's the first time Kiss My In-Laws have been down at half this entire season.
Yeah. On the subject of onside kicks, neither team has taken a touchdown so far, so we're going to see that there's potential for that type of finish right now with these scores going back and forth. We have these lulls followed by these bombs in the air. I think somewhere someone's going to get desperate and start calling an onside, and that's when it's going to get really interesting.
I'm curious because, again, one of the things Iggy Magnets does, and we talk about all the time, we did it in our broadcasts, is we talk about how well he manages the game. And by that, it's not disparaging. It's how well he uses the clock, how well he understands the situations in the game. I wonder if Jules Reichenbald is going to have that same kind of awareness.
I'd like to see as well a little bit more physicality from the Kiss My In-Laws defense, like getting in front of those routes, trying to create havoc, create traffic, make him really second-guess those reads.
Yeah, Fitzgerald Santaeus has been one of the best pickups. It's his first season with Diamond Bougie. Great acquisition for the team. But we haven't really called his name other than being sort of a decoy on offense. Do you think he'll get more involved in the second half?
I think you got to keep taking what's being given to you, right? Like we saw those touchdowns down the sideline. We saw Boutet on that post that was open. I think if you keep having those options, you go to that rather than what used to work for you leading up to this.
For sure, and we saw Nathan Desjardins having that drop early in the game and then having such an impact. Given that they got to take what's given to them and that Boutet has been neutralized somewhat, Santaeus has been neutralized somewhat, can Desjardins go from being the GOAT of the first half to the GOAT in the second half?
I mean, that's your dream, right? Like if you're that WR2 or WR3 who's been on the sidelines and you have that opportunity to really make a name for yourself and be that finals MVP, you've got to do it, man.
Shocked that Kiss My In-Laws made a mistake at the end of the half?
No. I think that was... I mean, that's a high-risk, high-reward play, and you know it, a jump ball with that much traffic. And this is the finals. Like, the defenders are no slouches here. It's a risky play, but it's not a mistake.
What's the key adjustment that either team can make heading into the second half? What's the biggest one that either team can make?
Time control, like play clock management for Diamond Bougie, and physicality, defense, a key interception.
Well, GM, we're ready to start the second half. As we said, Kiss My In-Laws start with the ball. It looked like they would start with the ball and lead. Instead, they're down 18-13, a 5-point lead with 22 minutes and 5 plays remaining to determine the Division 4 champions in the winter 2023 season. And one side we have the behemoth. We have the mythosaur. We have this ridiculous being in Kiss My In-Laws. And on the other side, you got Rocky Balboa. You got Diamond Bougie punching above their weight class. And let's see what we have in store for us. Iggy Magnets ready to receive the snap for first down. His first and 10 in the second half.
He gets the ball again
over the middle. This time he sees Mike Piercin. Mike Piercin able to keep that low center of gravity, but they flagged in traffic.
Yeah, it's a nice first down, cutting that field in half. Yeah, just that inside shade that we were seeing on the post route. Not necessarily a bomb all the way deep, but just taking that 10-yard, 15-yard in the middle of the field. Huge.
Yeah, and we saw, of course, you mentioned Gab Boucher missing playoff games with the injury wasn't clear. All I know is like in the NHL, it's like upper body, lower body was Gab Boucher, ass. So he was out with his broken ass. And instead, ball thrown over the middle. Dangerous throw by Iggy Magnets into traffic. Manuel Leroy not expecting the ball, looked over the wrong shoulder.
Yeah, and Doyon was coming in fast there. If that was just a little bit better on target, I think that's actually an interception for Doyon there.
Doyon, by the way, that's the thing he does. He's so good at intercepting the ball. He's such a good defender. He's a dude we're going to know about in higher divisions very soon.
Yeah, closes that gap very quickly. It looked like it was open, and then all of a sudden, here he is closing.
Doyon with 12 tackles and 6 interceptions in the regular season. He's everywhere all the time, all at once.
4 interceptions this playoffs is huge, right? Like being able to turn over the ball in the playoffs.
Trips left, ball delivered to Piercin, and a quick deflag, and a little bit of frustration, it seems, on the side of Diamond Bougie. More like Nickel and Bougie at this point.
Yeah. I'd like to see a little bit more presence here, but I mean, you'd expect more from the team that's up right now.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, like Kiss My In-Laws starting with the ball, giving up the lead was huge. Let's not undersell that. But starting with the ball gives them a chance to really handle their business here. Ball snapped to Iggy Magnets. He buys time. It looks like he's going to run. He's doing that weird, awkward thing. He's terrible at ducking. He's going to do it twice, though. And he still has his flags on. It's ridiculous. He scores despite an apparent complete lack of athleticism. It's a huge touchdown for Iggy Magnets and a lead 19-18. Kiss my in-laws.
He's losing his shirt. He's losing his mind, but he's getting a touchdown. Yeah, that did not look pretty. It didn't.
No.
It didn't need to, though. I mean, that's what you need to do here. That low center of gravity that you mentioned that Pierre Saint is so good at, that they use in those higher divisions. Iggy able to keep balance.
Absolutely, and look, he had a big run, and he's had 2 big runs in the playoffs, I believe. He's been really good. He's thrown 17 touchdowns, 1 interception all playoffs long. He's reaching into what seems to be a bag of tricks.
They got him another shirt,
another jersey. Yeah, it looks like his jersey's pretty beat up. So he's got a little bit of a wardrobe malfunction here. A throwback to Janet Jackson's Super Bowl appearance.
That feels not that long ago, but it's so
super long ago. Yeah, it's now wearing a yin and yang jersey apparently. Yeah, yeah, gross. He looks to receive the snap. He gets it. There was the ball to the back of the end zone.
Oh!
Jump ball, Hovington. It's not completed. Look, you got to get rid of the ball on the convert. I'm okay with that. It's better than taking a sack and doing nothing with it.
I mean, a sack doesn't have potential to be taken back for a point.
Fair, but you got to trust your guys to make sure that you can get back there.
Yeah.
Take a chance for the point. I'm always for taking chances.
So 19-18. Here we go.
Absolutely. Reginbald gets a snap. He looks to his right. Boutte bouncing back out. Diving tackle by Alexis Dubois. A little bit of theatrics. Come on. A little look at me, Louis, from Alexis Dubois.
Who's now put his hands up and is looking up at the booth. Yeah, they moved him around a little bit. He started on our left on the right side of the defense, and he was the one who crashed and finally made that tackle. But that reception happened in the spot where he was originally in the first half.
We talked about Arthur Doyon. He bailed out Jules Reginbald after making a late, costly interception against Mofos as he gets his second down snap. Delivers the ball to Boutte again on a short hook. And, of course, when it's Felix Boutte, a short hook could mean anything. But that interception, with 4 plays left, throws an interception. And then Arthur Doyon, 2 plays later, getting an interception, leading Dan Vouget to a close win over Mofos in the first round, in their first playoff game.
Yeah, 24-21 there. Beating up against the Blue Dreamers after that. They've quite a run themselves.
We have members of Blue Dreamers hanging out watching this game. They want to see what all the fuss was about and the game they could have been in if they advanced beyond the Diamond Vouget, as we talked about. But Kiss My In-Law is no small task. Still, though, I kind of like the patience here by Jules Reginbald. Again, we talked about Iggy's experience, Iggy's ability to manage the game. Reginbald does not let this get to him. He's still in control. His body language is great here. He's showing them, look, he's going to take the check downs if it's there. He gets a snap, looks to his left, and
it's procedure. Yeah, false start. So you talked about Iggy's completion percentage, but Jules Reginbald, like in the playoffs, is no stranger to being very efficient either. 68% of his passes are completed, 12 touchdowns at 2 interceptions. He's very protective with the ball.
Yeah, the Jean-Eudes grad has been really out of this world. He he joined FPF and he wanted to just rip deep passes early on, right? And like, who wouldn't? Like, you know, if you have a horse's arm, why wouldn't you use a horse's arm?
Horses have arms?
Apparently. Well, I was going to say another thing and realized it wasn't appropriate. Ball snaps to Reginbald. He looks over the middle. It's thrown behind his receiver. Alexis Dubois closing in and doing what he does best, being annoying.
Yeah. He's the first one to the play, 24 tackles in the regular season. He's a disruptive force, minimizes those yards after completion.
And having played with Alexi, like, it's not like he gets picked on. He's just really good at getting to the play. He's not a guy who's going to come up with a lot of interceptions, but he's never a liability on defense either.
It's the instinct of seeing where that completion is going and trying to be the first person to get there.
For sure. And like, having played from FPF Junior, this guy knows FPF about as well as anybody else. The ball snapped to Reginbald. He looks to his right, then he's going to take off. His snapper was just waiting for the ball. Instead, he's going to get the first down on the ground. Like, you know, you look at Noah Davies, he's like, I'm right here. Just hit me in the chest. Instead, Reginbald does that thing where he sways to one side, sways to the other side, and just like that, you have yourself a dance.
Yeah, but if if Kiss My In-Laws are having trouble tackling like this, not just the rush, but the defenders as well, when Reginald takes off with his feet, you got to keep going to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, you're an athlete. Go make athletic plays. That's all it is. Reginald readying his offense. He takes the snap. He looks to his right immediately, going triple slants and bouncing out, and is caught and deflagged just outside the end zone. Great catch there by Gaspar Seranik. Seranik has been probably the best, most consistent option for this team so far this game, and it's been those secondary options, right? It's been Seranik, it's been Desjardins as well.
Yeah, he had a huge game against the Mofos. A big touchdown to push the game over and give them the lead there.
Lucas Canville had a huge sack to set the tone in the first drive against 4th and Schlong. Let's see if he can make a play here. He catches the snap as Reginald. And there we go. Look at that. It's like we know flag football up in this booth. Making a huge play is Lucas Canville, like we talked about. That's what he's on this team for, as well as, of course, his ability to make plays on offense.
Yeah, they get backed up here, but still kept in the red zone. That's the best of both worlds, right? You have more space for your defense now to make a play, pushing them back, and he can't take off on a run now.
Absolutely. Reginald has been 12 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and 112.7 QBR in playoffs. As great as he was in regular season, he's been unconscious in the playoffs. He gets a snap, looks to his right, he pumps, goes over the top. Oh, uncatchable, unfortunately, as the ball hits a weird hockey net in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, a little bit too high. Pierre Saint closing that gap as well, being a disruptive force to contest that ball.
Yeah, Seranik trying to get there. I'm having trouble seeing the numbers. I'm not sure which one now is Seranik and which one is Santos. It's 8 and 9, and from up here, it's hard to see.
And neither of the jerseys they wore in the regular season.
Yeah, guys, just wear the same numbers. Come on. We're doing this for you, bro.
Looks like we have a trips formation here.
Yeah, so the pass before to Santos, that one to Seranik. There's a ball with trips to his right and wide receiver
flag.
All the way ISO to his left side. He collects his flag as Laundry Day came early for Diamond Bougie. He gets a snap. It's a little high. He controls it. Canville closing in, throwing to the back of the end zone. And, that's not a sack, but that's Canville putting pressure.
Well, that's a turnover.
Yeah, turnover on downs as the Diamond Bougie defense takes the field. And Kiss My In-Laws are now taking the field. I asked this question in an article I posted this morning. When kissing your in-laws, do you go one cheek, 2 cheeks, 3 cheeks, or to a seedy motel?
Lips.
A seedy motel it is. First and 10, about 12 minutes left. 19-18 lead for Kiss My In-Laws. A huge turnover on downs for their defense. Iggy steadying his offense. He goes back to his base formation. Jerome Hovington, Mike Piercin in the slots. Canville and Benjamin on the outside. Manuel Leroy snapping the ball as he gets his laundry malfunction under control. Boutte on the rush. Magnets puts it outside on all hooks to Benjamin. Benjamin's acceleration for a guy his size is nonsense.
Yeah, that's a first down right there. The flag doesn't seem to have been as big an issue as it was on that previous drive for Diamond Bougie. Just quickly picked up, snapped the ball for a first down. This is a big opportunity now for Kiss My In-Laws to change the momentum back in their favor.
Vincent Benjamin taking a little bit of time to find his way in this offense. 28 catches, great, but not Benjamin numbers. 7 touchdowns, but now like we talked about in the playoffs, have been amazing. As Pierre Saint goes to the left side, strips to the left, ball snap, thrown over the top. It's caught by Hovington, deflagged by Arthur Doyon, just not getting there in time.
Yeah, that middle intermediary route seems to be the sweet spot for Kiss My In-Laws right now.
I'm very familiar with Iggy's offense. We run the same offense. That's the part of the field he wants to attack. He'll take the check down. He'll take the deep throw if it's there. But if you're going to leave wide open gaps at 10 to 12 yards, it's what he wants to do. And it looks like he took a moment at halftime and said, okay, look, I got to just do the thing I'm doing. I got to be me. And that's Iggy at his best, right? And great throw there, great play concept, great play call, and a great time to enact it. Going back to his base formation.
Doyon talking to the middle of the field there, trying to get back into position.
Ball snap to Iggy. He throws it away. To be fair, the dude in the back of the end zone just hanging out was wide open.
Yeah.
So, great throw.
Yeah, that's definitely a throwaway, either a miscommunication there on what the route was, or he saw something he didn't like and didn't even want to test it.
Yeah, hook sounds like fly on the finals.
Yes, it does.
Because you're, the pressure's on, the cameras are on you, the lights are shining, Facebook Live is all watching you. It does feel different.
That's assuming you even remember your route when you get to the line.
That happens too. It's happened to me where I call a play and I get the huddle and I'm like, I get to the line, I'm like, I don't remember what I called. I don't know who's doing what. Tight formation on the right side of Iggy Magnets. He gets the snap from Alaroy. He has a crossing route, delivers it to Lucas Kenville. Kenville, did he get inside the cone? He does! It's a touchdown! Kiss my in-laws up! And it is now a 7-point lead. KMI over Dime and Bougie.
And you know it, they're going for 2.
Yeah, it's the best thing to do because you already have the 1-score lead. Try and make it a 2-score lead. Smart decision here by the Kiss My In-Laws offense.
I'd like to see here him attack his left side a little bit more, like either having Pierre Saint come to the far side of the field, like come to the opposite side of the field of where he lines up. No, looks like we're going trips.
Trips. The hell with you, GM.
I mean, he could still.
I do like this trips look because it doesn't look like there's been a ton of adjustment from Diamond Bougie. I know. He's going to motion Pierre Saint back just to try and get a peek at the defense. It is thrown to Benjamin.
Wow.
Great catch. Terrible throw, but great catch by Benjamin in traffic.
Atrocious throw.
Yeah. But again, aliens do alien things.
Yeah. So that's just making your playmakers come down with the ball, right? Like
he threw a spot. It was a little off schedule, and he just made a great play.
So in this case now, do Diamond Bougie try and go for the score right away and put the pressure back, or march?
I mean, if it's there, like it was in the first play of the game on for Boutte, take it. It does look like they're leaving a safety back over top in Hovington. Ball thrown outside to Santos. Santos unable to bring it in, a little bit behind him.
So, and that body language that Diamond Bougie had even before the ball was snapped led me to believe that it didn't look good on this first play. Look at the way they're hanging their heads, going back to the huddle. It's slowly slipping away.
But like, it's 7.5 minutes. It's a 9-point game. You're still in this.
Tell them that.
Hurry the hell out of the huddle. You've taken forever. Rashimel gets a snap. He looks. He pumps. He's buying time. He's just staring at the rush now at this point. He seems completely rattled by Lucas Kenville. Kenville's been huge the second half.
So, and that's the effect that a good rusher can do, even on a quarterback who's this shifty and mobile. If he hasn't seen someone who's that much of a thorn in his side up until this point, it's really jarring, and it's something you can't really take your eyes off of once you've started.
Yeah, and Kenville hasn't been the full-time rusher for Kiss My In-Laws all season long, but a game of this magnitude, he's the fastest dude on the field.
Yeah.
Maybe next to Felix Boutte, who's also rushing for Diamond Bougie. Ball snap to Regine Ball. He looks, delivers over the middle. It's caught by Davies, and quickly deflagged over the middle.
Yeah, that's
fourth down.
Yeah, that's just on a third down. You want to get the ball as close as you can to the middle and not go for that big chunk and end up being incomplete.
I think they need to have somebody getting downfield here, because if Kiss My In-Laws are going to protect that first down marker, see if you get something cheap over the top of the defense.
Yeah, like
Hovington looking like he's cheating already.
Yeah, like Santos on like a hook and go or something, like right
here.
Yeah,
or a post corner or something like that.
Oh,
that's a disaster play. We've seen it from both sides so far. That's a killer.
Like at that point, you need to make sure everyone in the huddle repeats that you're going on to.
Just look at the ball.
Yeah, don't listen to me. Look at the ball.
You should never listen to the cadence. Just look at the ball. You have the advantage if you're on offense. Look at the ball. You're lined up on the same line. Just never an excuse.
So that penalty right there negates that last completion.
And all the analysis we provided as well, also useless. Regine Ball gets the snap. He's looking, throws up, deep ball, but it's a broken coverage, and If that ball's on target, that's a touchdown, GM.
Yeah, I don't think anyone expected that throw to make it there. The defenders, the receivers, only Reginald. He placed it there, and everyone else, I think, gave up on it a little bit.
Iggy was the first media member to notice Jules Reichenbald, and he's like, that dude can stand on the left corner of his own end zone and throw it off balance to the right corner of his end zone. He compared him to Arnold Desjardins, and I think it's a very fitting comparison.
So this right now is a really unfavorable turnover on downs, especially the field position they're about to get.
Iggy's about to take 1,000 years on offense.
Oh, yeah.
Because already with a 2-score lead, either you punch it in immediately if something's wide open. If not, take your 4 down. 4 downs. 4 downs is 2 minutes.
Yeah,
and there's 4.5 minutes left in this game. He'll check it down to Hovington. Hovington gets that hook. All hooks from Iggy Magnets. I thought he would have had somebody going across the back, like all hooks with maybe a post. Just because if it's there.
Yeah.
If it's there, why not take it? But again, it doesn't actually matter because if you can drain 2 minutes here, you all but sewed up the game. And Diamond Bougie haven't scored in the second half.
No, they have not.
They scored in the last play of the first half and haven't scored since.
They need an interception here so badly. They need to hit man or something, just kind of minimize.
Iggy gets a snap. He looks to his left. Over the top. Benjamin, I thought he stepped out of bounds first anyway.
Whether or not he caught that ball, he definitely stepped on the line.
Yeah, for Diamond Bougie, it's like you're out at the club, you get a phone number early, you go back, they're not there anymore, and then you just go home alone.
You got a fake number.
You got a fake number. Iggy gave you a fake number,
False
Diamond
confidence, fake number.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be a tough road to climb. But if they get a stop, if they get a pick, with the onside kick rule in effect, this game is huge. If Kiss My In-Laws are able to score here, the game is over.
Well, let's take a look. It comes down to this drive.
Ball snap to Iggy.
Here's it.
Iggy delivers a strike to Hovington, who catches the ball, diving out of bounds. It is a touchdown. And GM, that might be the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah. They've had trouble and have made 0 adjustments to Hovington at this point. So I don't know if it's Jeremy Lavallee who just doesn't have the matchup or what, but I think that especially when you have a player of this caliber that you're playing against, you need to either think of how to mitigate him, or when you see it's not going well, make some adjustments.
Yeah, for sure. What's your favorite coffin in a movie?
Gone in 60 Seconds.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a good one. That's a good one. I was going with Falling Down when the caskets are coming out of the back of the truck being chased by Michael Douglas.
Yeah, but there's something about a villain who makes the coffin himself.
That's true. That's a good point. Your pull was really quick on that, by the way.
you.
Ball snap to Iggy Magnets, trips to his left. He buys time, buys more time. He's just taking time off the clock. It doesn't matter.
Spent too much time looking, but yeah, at this point, 33.
I thought he would have gone 2 quarterbacks and just milk clock.
Yeah, you have that ability.
33-18.
Just like tossing it back and forth.
Yeah, 33-18 as our production booth readies to update the score. A little under 2 minutes left or thereabouts as Jules Reichenbald hurries his offense. Dude's got a cannon. Let's see if he can turn the ties right here.
There's that post.
Oh, the post was open, but instead he checks it down to Davies this time. He's rushing to the line, getting everyone together, calling the play as the receivers get to the huddle. A little bit longer than I thought. Just give other guys the other guy's route. You know what I mean? If you're the slot, give the right route to
It
the
took a
wide
while
out.
to get into this mindset as well.
Yeah. Ball snapped.
There's that post.
There's ball looking. It's been there.
Oh,
Campbell's getting it. He's in the head of Reginbald. Reginbald staring him down at this point.
Yeah, Diamond Bougie calling their first timeout here to stop the clock at least.
Reginbald's another quarterback who's had some struggles in the finals, and this is the second time around we see this.
Look at Iggy bringing his team water there. Just that's everything you want from your quarterback. Like bring the defense refreshments.
Absolutely, and much like Bobby Boucher, great water boy for his team.
Who wore 44, by the way?
He did wear 44. Dude, I love doing these games with you because you're the only one who gets my old ass references.
Well, we just made a Super Bowl reference that was 23 years ago.
Was it that many?
2003, 2002?
About, so like 20-ish years? Jeez.
4 maybe? I don't know. I don't want to know.
It's too many to count. Reginbald trips to his right. He gets a snap. He looks to his left, however. Delivers that ball. The outside is caught. Oh, it's picked off by Pierre Saint. Pierre Saint knew that was coming. We talked about in the last broadcast how great Pierre Saint is at baiting the quarterback, and he takes it back here for a pick six. 39-18. Kiss my in-laws. Kiss your championship chance. So goodbye, Diamond Bougie.
Yeah, I think that's all she wrote at this point. You can see Benjamin and Hovington both are the ones who are sitting right now on this offensive drive. They're giving Alexi a drive as well. At this point, I think.
Yeah, when you see Alexi on offense, the game's over.
Jerome Hovington MVP at this point?
That, or honestly, Iggy's playing the second half. I don't know if he even has 2 incompletions in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say him or Hovington. Kenville is a little bit more nuanced.
Yes, right.
But he's been amazing.
It's a difficult to measure impact, but yeah, and they've called the game.
Because it's not the amount of sacks, but the sacks at key moments and the ability to make plays at times where you need him to make a play, right? So we'll get that presentation, of course. President, Commissioner, Lord and Chief, Commander, ChatGPT voice, Rob Campana looks to give away the banner, the trophy, the MVP.
Yeah, we've got the handshakes going on now. Just congratulations to Kiss My In-Laws, who are our Division 4 champions.
Absolutely, and I'm happy for Iggy. He wins yet another championship. This is the best he's played in a championship game.
Yeah, and even that required some adjustment, catering to some adversity that they didn't think they'd face early on and just coming out on top there.
And we'll go down to Rob Campana for the trophy presentation.
Okay. All right, guys, we're down on field level. We are with the newly crowned Division 4 champions. I'll present the championship trophy to the captain of the team, Iggy Manzanetto Valdez. Congratulations.
It's you, boys. This one's you. Let's go.
Let's go, boys! Let's go! We got the championship banner as well. Here you go, Iggy.
Thank you. And one more time. Show it off, baby. Show it off. Oh, yeah. Let's put our names there now.
And last thing to present, Finals MVP. We don't like to reward people on the staff. We don't have healthcare here, but we have employee benefits program. Iggy, here you go, Finals MVP. Congrats, good job. Now, let me ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this team. It looks like a gang of guys that came from a bit of everywhere. A guy like Mike Piercin, who's obviously had a ton of higher division talent, some young studs.
Yeah.
You know, you and Alexi, obviously. Talk to me about this team, the makeup of it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Honestly, it's from a GM point of view, it was the best team I could have made. I got some low division. I understood finally how it works in FPF. Get that low division talent, get the Division 1 talent to scare teams, and honestly, these guys were absolutely everything I thought they would be and more. So credit to them.
Awesome, congratulations, guys! Mike Piercin officially a double champion, and with two more games in hand. All right. Back up to you guys.
And we're back. Much like calling the audible, Iggy didn't shut up. Just always talking, making everything last much longer than it should. He gets the MVP.
Yeah, well, I mean, who knows when he's going to have this opportunity again?
And now he's playing the next game
Yeah.
at 5-8, currently.
Exactly.
Yeah, I kind of hate how good he got so quickly. Go ahead.
Yeah, and it came close to making it in 3 divisions, too. Iggy's had quite the season,
Yeah.
cementing it right now with the Finals MVP and a championship.
So we've seen Iggy play quarterback for Braves this season and win a game in Division 2. How quickly do we see him make the jumps to the top division? The jump to the top division.
I mean, like, it's fair to assume that he'll be playing in Division, like, definitely in Division C, but possibly even Division B full-time this spring.
Yeah. Well, he is in C. He will be registered in C, but to me, he's already up there, Division 3, 2. That's about it.
Very capable.
We'll see if he gets to that top division at some point. For Diamond Bougie, we see the talent. We see the speed. We see the strength. We see the arm and the ability for Jules Regenbald. Where do we see them ending up next?
This is definitely either a Div 3 team if all the pieces are coming back. I think that they can squeeze into Division 4 if they lose a couple players, but this is an up and coming team. You know the athleticism is there. You know the football IQ is coming, and they're all playmakers. They're all ballers.
First half, kind of low scoring considering how it started. What adjustment did you see that really opened up the offense for Kismanlos?
It's the opposite. It's a lack of adjustment on Diamond Bougie's part. Is that those intermediary routes, the Jerome Hovington, like deep out or like the out and come back or the corner just kept being open, and so there's no reason not to go to that when your biggest playmaker is open in the middle of the field.
Absolutely. Well, GM, I'm going to take my leave for the rest of the day. You're staying in the booth for the next couple of hours. You're going to be calling Division 5A, Division 5B with Mokan. I think I got that right. Maybe I got it. All right, great. Even better. I should know this since I built the schedule. But I do want to thank you for joining me. I want to thank the viewers at home on Facebook Live for joining us. I want to thank the production team as well as everyone who made this day possible. But most of all, I want to thank you all for letting me be myself.
Oh, I got the sweats. This really did pull that.